Hello everyone, Sunlook2 and welcome to another fabric mod overview, this time on Mechanized Steam Power, a mod that simply adds the ability for you to use steam in some interesting ways for breaking blocks, pushing mobs and items, pumping water, using as pistons, Fractionating Tower, which is pretty much like a quarry I'm pretty sure, and more. So just using an upgrade table for armor. Now, it isn't required, but you can use a guidebook using Quarry, like so. Which there is the following version here, but there is a newer version here as of making this video. There might probably even be future versions, who knows. But besides that, even though it is optional, the GUI is obviously required, so yeah. Otherwise, we'll just get into the mod from left to right. There is obviously 2 ores, copper and zinc. You can either blast or smelt either of them, and then once you have access to them, copper specifically though, also you can make a manual, which you can see in REI. You don't have access to the recipe of immediately, so you are going to have to look for copper to find it, because you can't even under alloy furnace there. So look under copper and you'll find the manual, as well as also when using zinc with copper to get brass, which you use for pretty much many of the blocks in this mod, and items and armor and so on. So, you want a stone pick or higher to harvest these. I'm not too sure on their Y level, but my guess is that they appear pretty much under the usual of, say, about iron or coal level or something, and they don't seem to be in the book, so yeah, my guess is they're at about probably iron or coal level or something, since they are usually common levels you find for ores of this type. At least if I'm only going off other mods at least. Other than that, you have the alloy furnace, made with a blast furnace and cauldron, and obviously you can use copper for 2 different recipes, and the zinc for 1 recipe. Pretty much have 2 slots, so you just put, say, copper here and a book here, or copper and zinc here. It outputs, and you put your coal as your fuel. So we'll just make a few ingots, and we'll see how much you can make with 1 coal, but we'll wait over time for that. Otherwise, if we move on, you can see there's a blast boiler, which is made like so. This will pretty much be like your steam generator at the start. So you can fill it up with water, put in coal, logs, saplings, whatever here that's combustible, into here, and then steam went up on the other side. So you're obviously testing coal here, which it's done quite a bit of, which I had a log in here, and it used up the following. So I'll just demonstrate real quick again with a log. You can see like so, it burning, steam going up one side, water being reduced the other, and you're good to go. To find out this information, you'll want a pressure gauge made like so, and a pipe. You can find out, at least by sneak and clicking, how much pressure is inside each of these blocks that use steam. Obviously sneaking and clicking to avoid the GUI access by simply right-clicking with the pressure gauge, so keep that in mind. Some that don't have interfaces, you can easily find out the information, such as a pipe, for example. You can see it's taking its time, but obviously doesn't use up too much. There is also a blast variation, which runs faster and performs better, but there is no recipe currently. So just as a demo with coal, you can see how much faster and how much it uses up in comparison. And compared to what it was before, you can see how much is inside. Next, we have the pipe, of course, which is used for transporting things. So you can find out here and here that we're transporting steam to not only the breaker, but also the placer, as well as the pump as well. So pretty much just a transportation method, sending things up, down, left, right, and so on. We have the steam tank for storing steam if we want to, or we could use it as a buffer or something else if we want. And you will need to use the pressure gauge to find out how much is inside. So we'll just actually break this. We'll just put it, say, next to it here. You can see it will accumulate over time and send there. Or you could use a pipe to then send it over to there as well. So just say use a pipe with the last one. You can see a lot more being stored in there. The pipes are relatively quick, but it obviously depends on how much steam and how much it's going to be able to process to send over there. But every block seems to have 100 pressure in it, so not too bad for making it clear if you're wanting to empty a machine to then fill up an entire tank, no problem. Next we have the pump, which is made like so, and the pump is pretty much a way of getting water, but you do need steam however. So let's go to it real quick, not the pressure valve. And you can see it picks up water from below and tries to place it in a machine or pipe at its output nozzle. It requires steam, which does like so, and its internal tank is 1 unit of steam. So yeah, you do have to be careful of the top and bottom. I'm pretty sure both don't matter though. At least I thought it was, but I've tried both sides and it doesn't seem to really make too much of a difference. I'll actually demonstrate by breaking these, so I can do them from scratch to output from either side. So we've got here, here, and we'll just get the pipe again, just in case, just mostly for distance sake. And we'll get some coal and water. We can see how much is actually going into there, so nothing's really happening yet, so not much going on. So it might be that it needs it from the other side. No, okay, you can see it filling up with pressure. My guess is that maybe it needs to fill up the whole amount before it actually collects any water to then output it to, say, the steam boiler or any others that can accept water. Other than that, not too sure. Unless I've got it on the wrong side. I don't think you need a pipe either from memory to output this. So you can see like so, water, steam, not much is really happening to output it unless it outputs from the top. But we'll try that now. We'll see what happens there. So that there, that there, that there, and that on top. And we'll try from the opposite direction and see what happens with outputting. Oops, there's another one in place. So you can see it's filling up. It doesn't seem to be sending anything there. Yeah, again, I think it's mostly it needs to fill up the 100 before it'll do anything, but I'm only guessing because I haven't actually tested this one too much further. Other than that, however, I've got the breaker and placer, which we'll cover for this part and then end off part 1. So the breaker, obviously made like so, and the placer, made with an additional brass ingots and dispenser, are obviously ways to break and place blocks. So if we just move the breaker here, which they are very particular on how you place them, so if you place it here, you can see it'll face the opposite direction and it breaks the pipe. If I just place it sort of regularly, it'll place it facing down. Actually get a hopper, because I think you need that to remove things, or a chest for example. Also, or it breaks things on the spot, I guess. I'm trying to remember. We don't have any pressure there. Just kind of rather do that. Let's see, however, we'll place a plank here, just as a demo. Do that, not the piston. Want the breaker facing that way. We'll want the pipe facing that way. We'll want some more here. And it now broke the plank. And obviously it'll store however much here. Now if we do get obsidian, I don't think it can break it, however. It is not a diamond pickaxe. It is very much something less than that. We will test, though, what type of ores it can break, just to get an idea of pick level. So we'll go with, I guess, left to right here. Coal, no problem. Iron, no problem. Gold, no problem. So my guess is it's probably an iron pick, at least, not a diamond. And the placer, of course, you just put things in. You have some power connected to it. Oh, sorry, steam, I mean. And it should place cobble, no problem, once it has enough. A redstone signal doesn't restrict it, however. In part 2, we'll cover the rest, such as the armor, upgrade table, and a few other blocks. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.